Welcome back to the Father Son podcast. I'm Collin.
I'm Michael.
And this is episode 11. And today I am pretty excited for our topic. We're talking all about exercise, which is something I've kind of gotten into over the last year or so. So I'm excited to learn more about it and learn some fun facts and some other stuff. Let's get started.
Yeah, so doing these podcasts is really fun because I learn all kinds of different things, some things that probably a bunch of people already know, and also a bunch of like things that are kind of random facts.
Yeah.
So doing these is super fun to get ready for, just to learn all this stuff, and it's fun to share that stuff with you guys. So we're going to get started with a thing called real or fake. So I'm going to give you the name of an exercise, and you tell me if you think it's real or fake.
Okay.
All right, first up is called the SOTS press.
SOTS. I just don't, it sounds kind of silly, but I don't see how you could just make that up on your own. So I'm going to have to say it's real.
You are correct.
SOTS.
It is real.
What is it?
So this one is an exercise that involves squatting down and pressing a barbell or other weight overhead from a deep squat position.
Okay, that is really weird. I don't know why you would do that. It's like doing a leg and an arm exercise in one, like doing both of them.
And of course, I looked all of these up to make sure if they're real or fake. And I don't necessarily understand all of these.
Like why you would do them? Or...
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I do know if they are real or not.
Okay, well, anyone in the comments, let us know if you do the SOTS press and
do you actually use that?
And what it targets.
Yeah, right. Okay. Next one is called the Jefferson deadlift.
Jefferson. Was it Thomas Jefferson that invented this?
That started it.
Okay, so this sounds like something more that you could make up. Like you could come up with the name Jefferson. The name SOTS, I don't think you would come up with that. So I'm also going to say this is real.
Oh, you are correct. It is real.
Nice.
So this one I understand actually a little bit better. So it's a deadlift. You straddle the bar, so one leg on either side of it.
Okay.
And you alternate your hand positions and you pick it up.
I could see how that could be good.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So again, I don't know who would use that or what exactly you're trying to do with it, but it is a real.
It's kind of like
exercise.
What is it called? Is it sumo squat? I can't remember. It's like the deadlift version of that, if I'm remembering correctly what a sumo squat is.
I definitely could not tell you.
Okay, let's move on then.
All right, so the next one is called jellyfish jumps.
Jellyfish jumps. Do jellyfish jump?
They kind of look like they're jumping when they're in the water doing this.
So what exercise would look like that?
That's a good question.
Okay, that has to be fake. I'm saying fake.
Okay, you are correct again.
Oh, nice. 3 for 3 so far. That's pretty good.
So I used ChatGPT, which I've been finding pretty useful, to come up with these fake ones.
Oh.
So I'm going to tell you what it said. It actually gave a description for this.
So it came up with something that's fake and gave a description of what it is.
Yeah,
wow.
The description is not very good, though.
So you could basically like invent workouts with this.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That's kind of cool.
Well, you tell me if this sounds like an actual workout.
Okay.
Didn't do a very good job with this one. An imaginary exercise where you pretend to be a jellyfish and jump up and down in water.
Jump up and down. I mean, if you do it long enough, it could be some good cardio, I guess.
Yeah.
But you know what? I just thought this could be an amazing video where we ask ChatGPT to invent exercises for us, and then we try them to see if they're good. So we might actually have to do that.
We'd be doing this while we're jumping up and down in the water.
We're doing that. We are doing that.
We are doing it.
In the next couple weeks or so, we will do that because that sounds really fun.
Near you.
Yeah.
Okay. Next one is called the lizard crawl.
Lizard. I mean, wouldn't you just call that an army crawl? What would be different from an army crawl to a lizard crawl? I guess you use your fingers instead of just using your forearms. I'm going to say, I don't know. I just don't know if... I'm going to say it's fake again because I think ChatGPT is using animals.
That's a good way of thinking of it, but it is real.
What's the difference between that and an army crawl?
So have you seen how a lizard walks? How their body kind of does this? So this is the description of it. A challenging movement that mimics the crawling motion of a lizard, engaging the core, upper body, and lower body.
Okay, so it's like a total body workout.
Yeah.
I guess the good thing about that is it probably engages your obliques more, like the sides of your abs, since you're kind of going back and forth like that.
And I looked it up, and it actually showed a photograph of people doing it. So
I guess it's a real thing then.
it's a real thing.
Interesting.
All right, next one is called Coconut Crunches.
Okay.
Sounds like a cereal, but is it an
Coconut
exercise?
crunch. Coconut. What do? You like crack a coconut open? Why would it be called coconut? Because there's got to be some sort of reason for the name, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to say fake because I don't know what kind of exercise a coconut does.
You are correct.
Okay, good.
So you are 4 for 5.
That's not bad. That's not bad. So what's the description for this, though?
It's bad. This one's the worst.
Okay.
A made-up exercise that suggests you can strengthen your core by lying on the beach and crunching coconuts with your abs.
Oh, I mean, if your abs are strong enough to crack a coconut, then that's pretty impressive.
I can't even imagine how that would be done.
Put a coconut on your stomach and then do some crunches until it cracks.
Do you know how big a coconut is? How are you going to wrap your whole body
I
around
don't know.
it?
A really big
crunch
person would have to do it.
Okay, anyway, so that's fake. Here I got 3 more. I don't know
Okay.
if we're going to have time for all these, but next one is called the toe-touching twister.
Toe-touching twister. Let's see. I mean, seems like it would make sense. This is more of like a, not yoga, but it seems more like a simple, like easy one. You just kind of like twist and touch your toes. So I'm going to say it's real.
It's false.
Ah,
It's fake.
I mean, it sounds, I mean, it's
So-
real. You could do it.
ChatGPT did a pretty good job
Yeah.
of making up that name. Okay, this is what it is. An absurd exercise
Oh, wow.
involving spinning around while attempting to touch your toes with your nose.
Okay.
I mean, how does ChatGPT even come up with this stuff?
I have no idea. Touch your toes with your nose.
Are you sure you want to actually do some of these?
I don't
for
know
a
if I
video?
want to try that one. I don't know.
I'm definitely not getting anywhere close to my toes with my nose.
Yeah, me either.
Unless I'm just bending my. Then
I
I might have a chance
I don't
if I
think I
bend
could
my
do
foot
that.
up to my face. All right, next one is called the skater squat.
Skater squat.
By the way, you are 4 for 6 now.
Okay. Skater squat. I think that seems like it could be real because when they're like on their skateboard, you can kind of like squat down a little bit. But I'm going to say fake.
Okay, it's real.
Oh my gosh. Okay, 4 for 7. That's not
So
great.
this one is a single leg exercise where you
Oh.
balance on one leg while reaching the opposite hand toward the ground as the other leg extends backwards.
Extends backwards.
Yeah.
Do skaters do that?
It's kind of like where you're pushing off with your foot.
Okay.
Yeah, and you're using the other hand to balance.
Interesting. Okay, that seems like it could
Yeah.
actually be a good exercise.
Yeah. Okay, last one is called the dragon flag.
I'm going to have to say real because that just sounds totally absurd. Like, I don't think you would put that in there if it was fake.
It is real.
Yes.
Good job.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so this one's actually really cool. And for the Bruce Lee fans out there, you probably, well, you definitely know what it is. Maybe you don't know the name, but if you saw it, you would know it.
Yeah.
So this is laying down on a bench and having use your hands to support you, and you arch up basically your feet and your legs and your back up in the air, kind of just resting on your shoulder blade area. So imagine like being on a bench and lifting your whole body up like this with using your hands
Oh.
to get your body. It's a
Dragon
super
flag.
core.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a flag because you're up in the air, like waving in
Interesting.
the air. Anyway,
That sounds pretty hard.
so this is something that I guess came from Bruce Lee.
Wow, he invented it?
Yeah.
And did he invent the name too, or just the exercise?
I don't know. Probably not the name, but it's a cool name. So
Yeah, it is. How did I do on that? Was that the last one?
yeah, that was the last one. So you got 6 out of 8.
Did I get 6
Wait, didn't you?
or 5 out of 8?
Oh, skater squat you got wrong as well.
So 5
yeah,
out of 8.
5 out of 8.
Okay, I mean, could have been better, especially because it was just AI making up the fake ones.
But none of them were like things that you should have known, like
Yeah, I had never
common
heard of any of
exercises.
those. So yeah, you
So
didn't have
for
like
getting 5, that's actually
Yeah.
pretty decent for just kind of randomly guessing.
not too bad, not
Yeah,
too bad.
not too bad.
All right, my first segment for you. Can you guess the world record for these lifts?
Okay.
And you guys will have to tell me in the comments if some of these are wrong, you weightlifting experts, because these are actually
Yeah.
very difficult to find, and there is conflicting information on pretty much all of them.
There is for almost anything you look up on the internet. so-
Yeah, I thought it was going to be like, what is the world record for this? And then it just comes up, but there's like 20 different answers. So
So you just have to pick a source and just go with it. And
Yeah,
say,
I
this
tried
is
my best.
Source. Yeah.
all right, first up, the classic bench press.
The weightlifting world record for bench press.
Yes, what is the world record?
Gosh. Well, I know where my limitation is, and it's pretty dang low. But
It's a
I'm
lot
just
higher.
trying to imagine some guy that's like extreme and what he could do. I'm gonna just say around like 650, 650 pounds.
You're gonna have to go like way higher than that. Oh
Are
yeah,
you
so
serious?
I was gonna say if you get within 100, so 100 pounds, 100 reps,
Oh,
whatever it is, then I will give you the point. So you did not get the point on this one. You're gonna have to go more than double.
1500.
Uh, well, it was
Well,
1300.
1300 is double.
Well, 1200, right? Oh, you
I
said
said
650.
650. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, it was 1320 pounds.
How do you not break the bench that you're on? Lifting
You got to have a
that
really
much
strong bench.
weight.
I know, isn't that ridiculous?
Holy cow! I cannot
And
imagine the guy that can do that.
yeah, I watched the video too, and so it was real, but I have no idea how he did it. It was pretty crazy. And they
That's
have
insane.
different categories like raw, or it's not called supported, but basically where you can have like your elbow like straps or whatever on.
Is this a free weight or is this?
Yeah, it's free weight.
Dang, that is insane.
So
man.
1,300 pounds.
That's crazy. Okay, cool. Well, give me the next one, and now I have a little bit more to go on in terms of how crazy how insane the numbers are.
Yeah, but you have to kind of remember the muscle groups that we're working with. Like some of the smaller muscle groups, you're not going to be getting
Like
nearly
your
as much.
toe muscles and stuff like
Well,
that.
yeah, you probably can't. You can't press 1,300 pounds with your toes. That's for sure. All right, so next up is the bicep curl.
Okay, so this is just a standard like this, right?
It's both arms though. So like I think it's a
so
barbell.
single bar.
Yeah.
Oh, with both arms. That's important.
So
to
double
know.
arm bar.
Double arm bicep curl. Okay. I'm gonna have to say 820.
820 pounds.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you're gonna have to go way lower
Oh, I
because
thought you were gonna say higher again.
No.
I'm like, what?
nope. All right. So you're 0 for 2 so far. I'm gonna give you one more guess though, just to see if you can get
Way
a little
lower?
closer. Yeah,
I mean,
way lower.
Still, I'm gonna say like 475.
All right. Well, you're gonna have to about cut that in half.
Really?
250 pounds.
For a double bicep curl?
Yeah. I was a little bit surprised. I mean, I obviously can't get anywhere near that, but I thought surely people can do a lot more than that.
I'm
But-
trying to imagine why it would be so. I mean, I
I mean,
understand.
your biceps are tiny compared to like, if you think about your other muscles like leg muscles,
but
chest muscles.
1,300 pounds to bench, and then only.
Well, think about like you are
250 to-
using like a bench to support your weight, you know?
Yeah.
So you're pressing up, whereas bicep, you're like just doing all the work. There's no.
And if you had something that was super heavy and you were bringing it up like this, that might make you actually fall forward.
True. Yeah. So
Oh, okay, that's surprising.
I know. I thought it was gonna be maybe like 400-ish pounds.
Yeah.
And so I tried to look up.
I'm so far off.
I know
That's
you've
horrible.
been very far off on both.
Okay,
these.
let's see if I can fix that.
All right. Next up is the deadlift.
Okay. Let's see. I would think you have got to be able to deadlift more than you can bench. So it's
Okay.
going to be higher than that. 2,100.
Okay, you're way up again.
Really?
This is. I didn't really expect you to get any of these. That's why I tried to give you a little bit of room with being 100 pounds either way. But I don't really blame you for being off on these because they're very difficult. The deadlift is actually less than bench press. I don't know how, but only 1,100 pounds.
That just does not make any sense.
I know,
to
and
me.
with the sources that I found, a lot of them were different, but they were somewhat similar.
in the same range.
So like there was no bicep curl one that said that someone could curl over like 300 or 400
Well,
pounds or whatever. They're all like in the 200 range. So
I'm definitely exposing myself to how little I know about weightlifting.
I mean I've been weightlifting for like a year now and I would have had no idea on any of
Yeah,
these.
that's kind of crazy.
So all right, next up, this is actually a little bit different because we're talking about reps here instead of weight. So this is a body weight exercise that you're very familiar with. Pull-ups. How
Oh.
many consecutive pull-ups has someone done? The world record.
Gosh, I'm going to be way off. Can I get to within 100?
Yes, within 100 either way. So you might be able to get it.
So let's say 220.
Okay. And he still didn't get it. And this is ridiculous, by the way. 651 consecutive pull-ups.
Who is this person?
Some like skinny Japanese guy, I think. I'll show a picture of him. I'll actually do a little bit more research to figure out who he is, but is just like some normal looking dude from Japan, I think. and he did 651 pull-ups.
Wow, I am blown away.
Yeah, and if you look up most pull-ups in a day, so they don't have to be like on the bar constantly, they can take breaks, just has to be within 24 hours. It's like in the thousands, like 5,000 or something, or maybe even more. I don't know. It's a lot though.
I just cannot understand what you have to do to your body to be able to do something.
I know. How strong do your biceps have to be
and well,
to do thousands of?
It's not strength at that point; it's endurance.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. I guess that's true.
Because look at the guy's muscles. He probably doesn't look like he's a bodybuilder,
Yeah.
right? So it's got to be endurance, like your O2. What is it called? I can't remember. Anyway, your oxygen, your ability to, I don't know, use your oxygen well and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. Okay. So you're 0 for 4 so far. Let's see. We have 2 more. Let's see if you can go. 2
I need
for
to
6.
get one. I need to get one at least.
All right. So now that I've already told you the bench press and the deadlift, this is the third
most common
exercise. It's the squat. So let's see if you can get within 100 pounds with this.
Okay. So I'm going to say it's, I'm going to say probably less than the deadlift, but it's probably similar to the deadlift.
Okay.
So because you got to have that weight up on your, upper body, you're just freestanding. Squat, let's say 1,400.
Oh, you did it.
Yes!
You're within 100. 1,311 pounds.
I was off by 89.
So I'm just so
take it.
surprised by this because the bench press out of the 3 core exercises was the most.
Yeah.
Which is just crazy because I bench press way less than
Wait, what was the bench? 1,320?
1320, yeah.
Okay.
So just a little bit more than the
by a
squat.
hair, yeah.
But still, how can you bench press 1,320 pounds and not squat more than that?
That's
or
the one
deadlift.
Just does not. Well, that one and the pull-ups are ones that are like.
I know that's just
crazy.
ridiculous. So again, let me know in the comments if you actually know the world record for these, for sure, because I just can't imagine that these are all exactly correct because this just seems ridiculous. Okay, 1 for 5. There you go. Let's see if you can do 2 for 6 with overhead press or shoulder press.
Okay. So are you standing doing this?
Yeah.
So where do you start with that? You get the bar up here and then you just press it straight up.
This is
you're not bringing it up and
conflicting
then pressing it up?
answers because I actually don't know which one this is the record for because I looked up shoulder press originally.
Yeah.
And then most of the results I found were for overhead press.
Is that the same as a military press or what's the difference?
So some people think an overhead press is you have to bring it from the ground all the way up above your head.
Oh, right.
But the video, I watched a couple of videos on it and they had the bar racked kind of like a squat.
Okay.
And then they just brought it up from there.
Okay. So have it at your chest and then press it up.
Yeah.
Let's say 750.
Oh, okay. Well, you weren't within 100, but it wasn't too bad considering some of your other guesses. So the record is 542 pounds.
Oh, okay.
Isn't it crazy how those can just fluctuate so much?
Yes, it is.
Going from 250 on the bicep to 540 on overhead press and then 1,300 for bench press. I know. Isn't that wild?
Yeah, that is totally wild.
All right, so 1 for 6. Could have been better, but those were very, very difficult. So
I'm curious for you guys that are watching or listening to this, because you probably were thinking about this along with me. Mm-hmm. How well did you guys do? I'm curious if you were even close.
Yeah, if you gave me this quiz, I probably wouldn't even have gotten any of them.
Right. Okay, so my turn.
Okay.
Order these exercises from highest to lowest number of calories burned in an hour.
Ooh, I like this. Okay.
Okay. So the first one is moderate cycling, and this is 12 to 14 miles an hour. So by the way, I'm gonna list them all out.
Okay.
I actually have it on paper here so you can see them when it's your time
Perfect.
to order them, and then you order them.
And there's 5 of them?
There's 6.
Oh, 6. Okay.
Yep. So moderate cycling. Next one is running, and this is an 8-minute mile pace.
Okay.
Third one is hacky sack.
Okay. Nice.
Next one is competitive soccer. So
All
we're
right.
pretty specific.
But this isn't professional soccer, right?
Not
It's
professional,
just
competitive.
like a club team.
So it's not like recreational. You're just going out there
Yeah.
having fun. But yeah, you're working hard.
Okay.
Next one is butterfly stroke swimming.
Okay.
And the last one is vigorous weightlifting.
Okay.
So you're working pretty hard. You're not like taking 20-minute breaks or anything like that.
All right. I've had at least like a little bit of experience with most of these, except the butterfly swimming. So
Yeah.
that one's going to be tough because I mean, I can kind of imagine it, but I've never
You
done
know what
it,
it looks
so I
like?
don't know. Yeah.
Where you're scooping like this. Yeah.
That seems like it'd be pretty tough.
So, and I do actually have the number of calories that each of these burn, average number
And
of
it's
calories.
per hour, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
For a 155-pound person. Of course, it
okay.
can fluctuate a lot, but I've got the actual
Yeah.
number so we can talk about that too.
Okay, I'm going to go from least to most. Of course, I don't know, but what I think.
It's supposed to be most to least, but I don't think it really
Oh,
matters.
most to least,
We
okay.
can do it either way.
I think it's more exciting to start from the bottom.
Okay, let's start from the
work
bottom,
our way
work
up.
our way up.
So I think cycling, is this like incline, or what do you call that? Uphill, downhill, or just like straight?
Let's just say it's straight, 12 to 14 miles an hour.
Okay,
So the speed is what kind of tells you how hard you're working.
got it. I feel like you kind of put hacky sack in there because it kind of seems like it's just a lighthearted activity. Like,
You know what it is? Like, have you ever done it before? Or?
yeah, well, I think I've at least seen people play it, but you just kind of have to keep it up, right?
Yeah, you're constantly moving.
Yeah, so I don't think that's going to be the lowest. I think the cycling is actually going to be the lowest. So I'm going to put that in the number 6. I'm going
Okay.
to write it down here so I can remember. And then I don't think the hacky sack is going to be too high, though. I'm going to put it in the number 5. No, am I? Yeah. Yes, I'm going to put it in the number 5. And then an 8-minute mile. Now, I feel like this will vary a lot, like if you're in shape or not. If you run all the time, you're not going to burn as many calories as if you don't run and then you run an 8-minute mile.
Yeah, that's probably true, but I would say don't overthink it too much.
Okay. Vigorous weightlifting, that can burn a lot of calories. Competitive soccer, that burns more calories than weightlifting. At least in my experience, weightlifting and playing soccer.
I can't tell you. This is your.
I know, man. This
your
is tough,
quiz.
though.
I was somewhat surprised with some of these.
Yeah.
but
Okay.
not too surprised.
Believe it or not, I'm actually going to put the running in 8-minute mile in number 4.
Okay.
Because it's just like a constant pace. I feel like because in soccer, you're doing like sprinting and stuff. And so if you're just doing kind of a jog, I mean, that might be a little bit more than a jog, but I feel like you're not burning a ton of calories.
I'm going to give you a bit of a hint here.
Okay.
Just to help you out. So the intensity of the exercise makes a big difference
Yeah.
in how many calories you're burning.
I
I don't know if that actually helps you or
yes.
not, but
I mean, I kind of already assumed that, but I'm going to keep my list how it is, and I'm going to put the vigorous weightlifting in number 3.
okay.
And then I think I'm going to have to do the butterfly in number 2, and then the competitive soccer in number 1. And maybe that's just bias coming through because I play soccer, but it is pretty tough. It's pretty hard on your cardiovascular system, and I think that probably somewhat correlates with calories burned.
Okay. Very good. All right. So what I will tell you is, let's see.
How many did I get exactly right? Probably like one of them.
I'm not sure that you got any of them exactly
No
right.
way. None
So
of them?
I'm going to tell you what order they are, and you write it down there.
Okay.
Okay. So number 1
Oh,
was
start with number 6, though.
Oh, 6.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. We're going least to highest.
Yeah.
So number 6 was hacky sack.
Ah, dang it.
You probably thought it was like a trick
I thought
question.
it was a trick, yeah.
Yeah, but it wasn't. So that one actually was the least. The second one is actually vigorous weightlifting.
No way.
I mean, sorry, not the second, the fifth.
The 5th?
The fifth is vigorous
What?
weightlifting.
That's crazy. I burn a lot of calories when I'm lifting weights, so
You'll have to it'll be interesting now that we do this to go back and look at that and see maybe
yeah.
how many calories you burn with that compared to soccer. Okay, the next one is cycling.
Cycling. Okay.
Number 4.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Well, you
guess
put
it's-
that as the number 6, so
As
it
the least,
was
yeah.
in the lower of the 6.
I thought for sure the weightlifting would be more calories burned than the cycling, but
Yeah. I think part of it is because you are constantly moving. You were saying with the running, you didn't think it was because you're constantly doing the same thing, but the constant movement, especially because it's moderate cycling. So the constant movement at a moderate pace is, I guess,
if it
just
was uphill, I could
burning
definitely
more
see that, but
calories.
just like straight cycling, I don't know. It's because it's like it's just moving your
12 to
legs.
14 miles an hour though is pretty fast.
Yeah,
Like
I guess so.
it's not what a racer is going to be doing, of course,
Yeah.
but if you're doing 12 to 14, you're moving pretty good. All right, next is, and these next ones were all pretty close to each other. The next one is competitive soccer. That's number
Wow.
3.
Only making it to number 3?
Yep. But like I said, they're all fairly close to each other.
Okay.
Number 2 spot is swimming,
Mm.
butterfly.
Hey, I got that right.
Oh, okay. You did.
Yes.
Good job.
I got one right.
Good job. All right, and the number 1 then would be running. That was
Wow.
I was actually kind of surprised that was the top.
And like 8-minute pace too.
8-minute pace is actually pretty fast. Like if you think how many people
So maybe,
run.
yeah, it's like for the average person, maybe. Is that what
Right.
you were going for?
Yeah.
Not someone that's active. a
Well,
lot?
on the website that I looked this up, it didn't say if
didn't
they
specify?
were an
Okay.
Yeah, it didn't specify that.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I can kind of see either way. Running could be pretty high or pretty low. It just, I think what I said earlier, it depends on how in shape you are.
And I think it's because it is an 8-minute mile, so you're moving pretty fast the whole time.
Yeah.
With soccer, you're doing a lot of sprinting back and forth, but you do get breaks occasionally, like where you're not really running very hard. So
That
anyway,
is true. Yeah.
interesting. There are a lot of different factors involved, how good of shape you are and all that kind of stuff.
Right. Are you
But-
going to tell me how many calories you burn for each of
Oh,
them?
sure. Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so start with the hacky sack.
Hacky sack is 281 per hour.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah. And weightlifting is 422 per hour.
See,
You might disagree with that.
you know what? Well, let's
You're gonna
check
look
right
it
now.
up. All right.
So earlier, I lifted for 41 minutes and I burned 433 calories.
So
So-
that's a little bit off. But again, that's for you.
Yeah.
This is a 155-pound person. You're a little over that. I don't know how you do burn more the heavier you are,
Okay.
according to what I looked up. So
Yeah.
it makes sense that you would have been over that. All right. The next one was the cycling. That's 563 calories.
Wow.
Per
Okay,
hour?
that's more than I thought it would be for
Yeah.
sure.
And soccer was 704 per hour.
Okay, that's
You've tracked that before, right?
So yeah, I track that. We play soccer games every Monday, and our soccer games are indoor. They're pretty short, and so they're only like 40 minutes. I usually have my workout thing going for like 45 minutes, and I usually burn around 700 calories.
Okay. So, yeah, it's a little bit
A
off.
little
too.
bit off, yeah.
Swimming was 744, so those were pretty close.
Wow, that's. I mean, who's swimming for like doing butterfly for an hour straight though? That's like crazy.
Or hacky sack.
True. Well, I mean, you could play hacky sack for an hour.
For an hour, maybe. I mean,
But
you
I don't think
could,
anyone is
but
sitting
who
there
does?
just doing constant butterfly for an hour back and forth. Like that'd be crazy.
That would be nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and the last one was running. That's 880.
What?
So quite a lot.
That is actually crazy.
And I did look some of these up on multiple
I'm gonna
sites.
look
and
something up real quick.
Running was higher than these on the different sources I looked at. So I'm pretty sure that that's accurate.
Okay, I thought I saw something the other day that was saying like you burn 100 calories when you run a mile. So that would be like, I guess it depends how
That's a
slow
mile.
you're running the mile.
Yeah,
But this
yeah.
is an 8-minute mile, right?
Yeah.
Oh, but doing that for an hour.
Yes.
So that would be 600 calories then, right? So in that
right.
case, it's not too far off.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I kind of messed that up because I thought the running was saying running an 8-minute mile.
Got it.
So that makes a lot more sense now. I was like,
It's like, oh wait.
how could that be number one? That's crazy. I was like, man, all I need is 8 minutes and I can go burn 800 calories, but not quite.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is interesting and something that's important if you're, doing exercise to do some kind of, I guess on a diet, you want to track your calories, how much you're burning, how much you're eating, then it is good to know all of these things. And there are a number of different apps and things like that to be able to track that for you if you want to do that. But anyway, just kind of interesting to know what kind of exercises burn how many calories.
Yeah, that is actually very interesting to know. And I was just thinking it probably makes sense if you run 1 mile, you burn 100 calories. It wouldn't make sense if you run, what would that be? How many miles would that be in an hour if you run an 8-minute mile pace? Either way, if you run 1 mile, you burn 100 calories. You do that for 60 minutes, and it's
That's 7.5 miles, I think.
So 750 calories. But it makes sense that you burn a little bit more because it probably gets more intense as you go. Like if you run for an hour straight, so you probably burn a little bit more.
Do you
calories,
burn
right?
more the more fatigued you get?
I would assume so. Like if you're doing the same
It
amount,
seems like you would. Like your muscles are shaking. You're like,
yeah, I think if you're doing the same amount as you,
have like from start to finish
yeah, then you'd probably burn more as you get
as
more
you
fatigued.
go along.
I think that makes sense.
Makes sense. I don't know if it's
We're
true or
not experts on this. It just seems like it makes sense.
All right, let's move on.
Okay, so next up, I have some exercise fun facts for you. So, just like last time, I'm going to have you guess some of these. I can't make it too easy for you. And then some of them I'll just tell you.
I'm gonna probably fail pretty badly again.
Okay, we'll see. Can you guess the average amount of miles someone will walk in their lifetime? And this is assuming they live till about 80 years old.
Okay. Let's do a little math in my head real quick. So
If you do the math, you'll probably get pretty close.
400 times, you said
If they live
80?
till 80 years old, yeah.
32,000.
Miles?
Yeah.
Nope. A lot more.
Really?
Yeah. Way more than that. Again, there was conflicting
How
answers
many
on this.
miles a day are they saying people walk?
They said you walk 7,500 steps on average.
Well, how many miles is that?
So I don't know, but it was using that.
Okay.
So the answer I have is 100,000 miles. Around 100,000 miles. Some of them were saying like 75,000. Some of them were saying 110,000.
3 miles, that equates to about 3 miles a day, I think, if my math is correct.
Wow. I don't think I walk that much.
I don't think most people do.
I don't know, but that's just
Maybe
what
my math is wrong. Okay.
a lot of them
well,
said, like 75 to 80,000. Some of them said 110,000. Some of them said 100,000.
Okay.
So I just went with 100K.
All right. Well, that's kind of interesting.
I know, isn't that kind of
Yeah.
crazy? That means you could walk around the world more than 3 times if you were just constantly doing that your whole life, which I don't think most people would do.
Probably not.
But that would be quite the achievement. All right, next one I'm not going to have you guess. Studies show that music really does improve the quality of your workouts. So some of it is in your head.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, so some of it is in your head, like you have a reduced or how do I say this?
Like you just feel like you can go more.
Yeah, you feel like you're not doing as much. Like you
work.
feel like your effort isn't as high when you're listening to music. But that's just in your head. Obviously, you're still doing the same amount
Yeah.
even when you're listening to music.
Right.
But some of the effects are tangible when you're listening to music, like increased endurance and boosting your strength.
That's really interesting. I know when I am doing certain exercises, and I don't do this very often, but when I do like go running, I haven't run in a long time. But when I'm listening to music, it is a lot more enjoyable
Do you listen to music when you exercise?
to run.
Because you don't even like music. You don't even listen to music.
I wouldn't say I don't like it. I
But you
just
don't listen to it.
don't listen to it.
So then what do you mean you like it?
Like when we're in our soccer games,
Mhm.
they have music playing all the time.
True.
And
I never
like,
notice.
I like that.
Yeah.
Like it, I feel what you're saying.
Okay.
I can
Yeah.
feel that. So
I wonder
that
if
rings true to me.
it's subconscious too. Like when I'm lifting weights, I have my music up pretty high, so like I can definitely hear it while I'm doing it. But in our soccer games, it's not super loud. Like it's just playing from like speakers on the ceiling. So I don't really notice it in the middle of a play
I don't
or
notice it in
whatever.
the middle of the play.
So I wonder if it's also a subconscious thing. Like it is playing, so it kind of creates a rhythm in your head or something. I don't know.
All right, best workout or exercise song of all time. Come on, guys. What is it?
I don't have one, so I'm just gonna have to rely on you guys. Put it in the comments.
Eye of the Tiger, baby.
Oh, okay. I mean, I feel like at the beginning it's too slow.
Oh,
But-
probably. But
once
if
you
you're
get
a
into
Rocky
it-
fan, or if you grew up during the days when Rocky came out, that was like a serious, just get pumped song
Yeah.
to go exercise.
Yeah, you just gotta skip a little bit into the song, so
Okay.
it's not slow.
Probably true.
Okay, can you guess how many muscles you use to just take a step, a single step?
Okay, this is a fun one.
Mm-hmm.
13.
Do you know how many muscles you have in your body?
I don't. Probably a couple hundred.
Okay, I'll give you a hint and then I'll let you guess again. So 650 muscles about in your body
Oh, I wonder if this is like using your ears and
to take a step. Oh, like the
Like balance?
Is that muscles?
because
that do
I
that,
think
though?
you do have muscles in your
Oh,
ears.
well, I don't know. Maybe that counts. I'm not
Are
sure.
we just talking about our leg? Okay, I guess I
Because
can
like
see-
you probably use your abs. You use
Yeah.
probably all the muscles in your legs.
right, your feet. I keep
Mhm.
saying toes. I don't think your toes have any muscles, but
I mean, you can move them.
tendons that move your muscle. Anyway. Okay, so 35.
200. Can you believe that?
A third of your body is used to take
So-
a step.
I don't have this fact in here, so I don't know if this is exactly true, but I was seeing something like a third of your bones are in your feet or something like that. And so maybe you also have a ton of tiny little muscles in there that you use
Okay.
when you take a step.
That is insane.
That would be my guess because
I'm
200
just
is a lot.
getting blown away by all of
That's all right. I'm
this
giving you hard
information.
ones, but I thought they were fun, so I had to share them.
That is pretty cool. Yeah.
Okay. Do you know what the strongest muscle in your body is? And there's actually 3 different valid answers here. So you have a little bit of a higher chance to get it.
So, ooh, I'm thinking that your jaw, I've heard this before. I don't know if it's totally fake or not, but your jaw is one of your strongest. I would also think that your, not sure if it's your quad or your
Quads?
thigh, but maybe your quads. And then what else would be really strong? I don't know. I'm going to say jaw.
Okay, that's a good guess because you are correct.
Yay.
So like I was saying, there's kind of 3 different answers. So what I found is, we'll start with your heart is the most
Oh.
resilient because it constantly is working and never gets tired.
So strong, not as in like how much it can.
Like break, lift, whatever.
Yeah.
Because your heart can't really lift anything. But your heart is the most resilient, and then you're right with your jaw can exert the most pressure.
Okay.
So
That's what it is.
and then your calves produce the most force.
Really?
So you're an engineer. Tell me the difference between force and pressure.
Well, the difference between force and pressure is a force applied over a surface area.
Okay.
So, I guess the reason why it does that is because you have all of your teeth clenching down onto each other.
That's really interesting, though. It can exert the most pressure. So I'm trying to think about what that would actually mean, because obviously you use your jaw for biting. So like, what you can? How many pounds of pressure can you?
Well,
bite
see, that's
down
the thing.
with?
It's not pounds of pressure. It's pounds per square inch or pounds per
Okay.
area.
So then would force be like pounds of pressure?
Yeah.
So that's your calves.
Not pounds of pressure, just pounds.
Oh, just pounds.
So like how many pounds can it lift? So
Okay.
like if you had a weight on your body, for instance, and you use your toes, because that's using your calf, right?
Yeah.
Your feet to lift up. I guess that's the strongest thing.
Yeah, it's really interesting to think about because I was like, there's no way. Like, your quads have to be stronger than your calves, right? But that's probably a lot of things working together. Like, when you do squats or whatever, you're using a lot of different muscles, not just your quads, even though that's like the thing it's targeting. So I guess if you're just honing in on one muscle group,
That was so crazy.
your calves are stronger than your
You,
quads
like,
or whatever else.
See me over here turning.
I know, that's what's happening to me when I was researching, because I was like, calves are like so much smaller than
Yeah.
your quads. No way they're stronger.
What's kind of cool though is that our jaw is that strong. When
I
you think
know.
about like the animal kingdom, right? All of the meat eaters have very strong jaws. Like you think about getting your arm in a dog's bite or an alligator or
Yeah.
a lion or anything like that, it's not letting go.
Yeah, that would not be good. Not be pretty.
Okay, so is that your last one?
I have one more.
Okay.
And this one, I'm going to let you just sit back and enjoy. You don't have to guess.
Yay.
Okay, this is very interesting. Dancing is one of the best ways to improve brain health. Isn't that super weird?
That's
So-
interesting. I can kind of,
I'll tell you the reason.
yeah.
So it challenges your brain in like all the different ways it can be challenged.
Uh-huh.
So it combines physical movement, coordination, rhythm, and memory.
Memory because
I guess
of,
just because
like,
you have to remember
a dance-
how to do the
dance
dance.
move.
Yeah. So I'm assuming this is like a
I
certain
like that.
type of dance.
That's cool.
Yeah, isn't that really
Yeah,
interesting?
that's
Like,
really cool.
dancing is one of the best ways to improve brain health. I would have never guessed that.
Yeah, because you have to coordinate your ear to your body, probably your eyes to your body, like all this coordination having to happen at the same time.
Yeah, and then getting the rhythm right. Like
That's
you
probably
can't
why I'm so bad at it.
because you have bad brain health.
No,
that's not good.
Just bad coordination.
Yeah. Well, you have bad physical movement, coordination, rhythm, and memory, or just coordination.
Maybe some of those.
Okay, that was the last one. I thought that was really cool though.
Yeah, that's really interesting. I guess I need to dance some more.
Yeah, let's do it.
Improve my brain health. Live till I'm 100.
Uh-huh.
And dance till I'm
Now
100.
that would be interesting. I wonder if there's studies like people that dance a lot live longer, like don't lose their mind or something like that.
That would be cool. We should look that up too.
Yeah.
And see what we find out. Okay, so let's see how well you know your fitness apps. I'm going to describe an app,
Okay.
and you have to tell me what the name of the app is.
Oh no, fitness apps. I don't think I'm
That's
gonna
right.
get any of these.
You might get some.
Okay, let's
All
see.
right. So these are fairly popular.
Okay.
So I didn't make any of them like totally crazy. All right. So the first one is an exercise tracking companion app announced by Apple in 2014.
Announced by Apple. Fitness.
Correct.
Okay. I see where you're going with this. I was thinking
Yes.
something like totally different.
Nope.
But, yeah,
you got it
I
right.
use the fitness app on my phone. So
Yep, that's what it's called.
cool.
Okay, good job. Okay, next one is an exercise bike or tread or workout app with interactive classes or courses.
Is this also the name of the bike itself?
Uh-huh.
What is it called? Peloton?
You got it.
Nice.
Good job.
Okay,
You're way
thanks.
better than you thought you were.
I know.
gonna
I
be.
thought I wasn't gonna get any of these.
Okay, good job. All right. Number 3. This is a wristband for tracking your daily activities, health, and wellness by Google.
Wristband, not a watch, or is it also a watch?
I think there are also forms of watches.
Made by Google, huh?
Yes.
The Google Tracker.
They acquired this company. It didn't start out as Google.
Oh, dang it.
And if you even had an idea, you would know it right away because
Oh,
it's
no.
super popular.
No, I know, but I cannot think of the name.
Oh.
Like, as soon as you say it, I'll know. But let me just give me another couple seconds.
I think this was like the original
Because I definitely, like, I know it. It's at the tip of my
product
tongue.
that came out and got all of this like app, health tracking started.
Oh, man.
At least what I think of.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
Are
about.
you in good physical?
Health.
What's
Shape.
another word? Yeah, keep going.
Dang it. I don't know why.
Starts with an F.
Oh, Fitbit.
You got it.
Yeah, there we go. Okay. Dang it.
You
Yeah,
knew it, you
that
just couldn't
should've-
think of it.
I know, that's so sad. I like as soon as you started talking about it, it's kind of like the original
yeah,
one that everyone
you're
used.
Dang
it.
tip of my tongue.
Yeah.
All right, got a couple more here. An app that's geared towards runners and walkers made by a popular shoe company.
Oh, that's a Nike running app or Nike fitness app?
It's called the Nike Run Club.
Club. Okay.
Yes.
Dang it.
So pretty close.
Yeah, close
Pretty
enough.
All right. Fitness tracking app popular with runners and bikers who want to track their stats and share them with friends.
Strava.
Dude.
Is that what it's called?
Strava.
Yeah, Strava. I think.
Yeah,
I said
dude.
that.
Good job.
Oh, thank you.
I wasn't sure if you were going to get that one.
Yeah, I figured you would throw that one in there as soon as you said it. That's like the only
So
one.
you
I
were like, okay,
originally
what
thought
are all
of.
the apps that
Yeah,
I should know?
I just can't think of like the name fully for some reason. I was like, is it Strava? I couldn't.
You
think
got
of
it.
but I got it right.
Okay, there's one more. This one's probably the hardest one.
Okay.
A lot of people will know what it is, but you may not.
Okay.
All right. This is an app that's used for outdoor recreational activities such as hiking, mountain biking, and climbing. And here's a little hint that's going to go with it.
Okay.
What you hike on is in the name,
Boots. Is that it?
not what you hike with.
Oh, trail. Oh man, I probably have heard of it because that kind of sounds familiar. Is trail first or second word?
Second.
Something trail. I probably am not gonna get it. Quick trail. I don't know.
It's a good guess. It's called All Trails.
Oh, okay.
All Trails.
I don't think I have heard of that actually. All
So
Trails.
yeah, I've actually used it when we were doing backpacking
Okay.
to like find some good trails that we wanted to go on and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But I think it also will track your hike so that you can get back and like
Hmm.
all kinds of different things.
That's cool.
But it is geared towards like more outdoorsy type.
Yeah. Is that still popular?
I think it is still used quite a lot. Yeah.
Okay. I guess we need to go backpacking more because I'm not in the world of hiking and backpacking
That's
stuff
right.
right now.
Okay. Well, actually, not too bad. You got
I got-
mostly 4 out of the 6. I think.
Yeah, kind of. I'll say I got half of them.
Yeah.
I
okay.
definitely got half of them.
Fair. You got half for
Yeah.
sure.
All right. My last segment for you. Rank these 5 forms of exercise without knowing which one comes next.
Okay.
All right. First, the good old running.
I hate running.
Oh, okay.
Except when I'm
It's a classic, but it's not fun.
doing it as part of a sport. So
Yes.
if this is just pure running,
Yeah, just
so
running.
I know a lot of people totally love this. Like they get a running high, and I did run quite a bit when I was younger,
Mm-hmm.
and I even ran in some 10K races and stuff like that. But I just never really enjoyed it because it was just just running.
I know, there's nothing else to it. There has to be something else to it.
So if my dad is watching this, he's going to be disappointed in me.
Yeah.
But I'm still going to leave room for one more below this just in case, but I'm going to say this is number 4.
Number 4. Jeez, I think a lot of people are going to be upset about that one.
I am sorry.
But I agree with you. I do not like running either. All right. Next up, we've got one that's maybe a little more out there. Yoga.
Oh, okay. Yoga is actually a pretty good workout. And I like it because it's easy on your body.
It's kind of like easier on your like joints and stuff.
Yeah. And it's also kind of relaxing at the same time. It's good for stretching, which is something I'm not very good at.
Yeah.
Meaning I don't do it very often. I like yoga. I'm going to put this at number... I know you're going to disappoint me by putting some things I love. So I'm going to have to say 3. Just
3?
Just in case.
Okay,
There's
I like
a couple
that.
good ones
Yep.
above it.
All right, next up, we've got calisthenics. So
Oh, okay.
body weight workouts.
So I actually don't love these, but this is my form of workout when I am like in a exercise routine is I do calisthenics because I enjoy them. They're easy. They're fast.
Easy?
Okay, sorry.
I don't know
what
about
I mean
that.
by easy is you don't need anything.
There's not like a lot of setup or equipment needed.
Yeah. It's easy to...
But not easy to actually do.
Right. They're
pull-ups
not
or whatever.
easy. Pull-ups are the worst.
Yeah.
But I still like them. I think they're a great form of exercise, so I'm going to give that number 2.
Nice. Okay. I think I pretty much agree with your list so far. Like, I don't love calisthenics, but they are very like convenient. You can do them anywhere. You're traveling or whatever, and you don't have weights or anything.
They're a mobile workout.
You can do push-ups. You can do sit-ups. Whatever. All right. Next up, we talked about this earlier. Dancing.
Oh, well, as a form of exercise, that's actually pretty cool. I do enjoy dancing. But it kind of stinks because I only have 1 and 5 left.
Yep.
And this is going to be the worst because you're going to like throw soccer in there or something. And I'm going to be really mad if that's...
We'll see.
if I put this at number 1 and have to put soccer at number 5.
But can you put
I
dancing
definitely
at number
can't
5?
put dancing at number 5. No.
Okay, so
I'm
are
going
you
to have to
telling
say
me
that's number 1.
Wow, dancing is your favorite form of exercise, huh?
Okay. Just give it to me.
All right, you're going to be happy about this, I think.
Oh, good.
It's weightlifting.
Oh, sweet. I hate weightlifting too.
Yeah. Okay,
I
well,
shouldn't say I actually hate it. It's just, to me, it's
very
just
hard.
kind of like torture.
yeah, I can see why you say that. You kind
It's
of,
just hard.
yeah, I think it's kind of a mental thing. You have to push your brain past thinking it's torture, and then it becomes a
I
little
agree
bit more
with
fun.
that. If you can just like get into a state of like, I know what it's doing for me, and so it's good for me, and I like the results that come from it, then I think it's really good. But you have to get past that.
Yeah.
And I'm not past that yet.
So I kind of tricked you a little bit in there. You probably thought I was going to do some sports.
I did.
I didn't have any sports in there, so I just wanted to see where you would rank things based on like trying to
I'm
save
actually
room
pretty
for,
happy
for sports
with
or
that.
whatever. Yeah, let's see. You had dancing in number 1, very interesting. I think most people probably wouldn't put
not
dancing
put that
as the
there.
number 1 form of exercise, but I like it. We got calisthenics in number 2, very versatile.
Yep.
We got yoga in number 3, running
yoga.
in number 4, and then weightlifting in number 5.
Okay. I
So-
bet there are a lot of people that would reverse that order.
Yes, I like the list, but I think a lot of other people wouldn't.
Yes, I agree with that.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have one more for me, or is that all we got?
That's it.
All right.
That's it for today.
So we hope you guys enjoyed this episode talking all about exercise. I'm sure we could probably do another episode on exercise.
We are going to do one. We already talked about it.
Oh, yeah. All right. So look out for some Chat GPT fake exercises that we're going to turn into real exercises.
That's right.
But we hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any suggestions for episodes you want us to do, leave them in the comments down below. And leave this video a like if you enjoyed it, or rate us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts or Spotify if you're listening. And we'll see you guys next week.
See ya.